We promised last week. I've already gotten some interesting interaction on Twitter. It's pretty funny. We went from best NBA team ever, or just debating those two, the Bulls and 96 Bulls and the 17 Warriors. And now it's going from greatest team of all time, like just assembled, like any team assembled. And we had the dream team, obviously. We know which was the first team to go into the Olympics as professionals, and then the 2012 squad. It was kind of like everybody was meshing together in their primes from that 2012 squad with KD, Bryant, Kobe, that crew. So that's the debate. Me, I've always said any team with Michael Jordan on it is probably the greatest team of all time.
Yeah. But
I want to give some backstory of why my mind was changed. And, I won't speak for this particular guy because, he's one of them guys. And when he said this, it changed my mind. And I had a different view after he said it. He said, why would we not consider ourselves one of the best of all time? If you break down our crew, who really beating us? And why shouldn't we have that type of confidence when we go out here and play? And this was early on, and I had a different type of energy about me when I went out and played. I'm like, I'm on the best team of all time. Yeah. And it kind of, and ever since then, I've been saying, I'm really believing that. And here's my take on it. Obviously, KD. KD was going crazy.
Of course, I get that. Yeah.
Bron was in his bag. Bron was Bron. Bron was Bron.
Yeah, so you got a top two player ever. Okay.
And then we got Kobe. Okay. Who could be argued top two ever.
Top 10. We'll do that.
Top 10, sure. They're gonna say, but we Kobe fans. Right. And let's not forget, CP is one of them guys.
CP definitely is one of those guys. So I'll give you CP.
Here's my one.
I don't give you David Robinson over Chandler or Love. Y'all would have had a problem with him.
Okay, here's where we had problems, right? Yeah. Here's where I give you, right? We'll have problems with David Robinson, Ewing, Malone,
Barkley for sure.
But you can only play two of those at a time. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, Magic was toward the end and Bird was toward the end.
Of course, yes. I'll give you that. That's why I said it depends on what level you're throwing Magic and Bird at.
Are we going with that in that time? Because Kobe was still Kobe, but he wasn't Kobe. He was just Kobe. He wasn't Kobe. He was just Kobe.
No, he showed up for Spain though.
He showed up for Spain, Argentina, Lithuania. When we needed him,
he was Kobe.
He came through big time. Yeah. And let's not forget, because the NBA will do this from time to time. They'll make you forget a guy who's one of those guys. Carmelo Anthony.
I think he broke the all-time scoring record. Yeah, he broke the record or something.
And he broke the record for threes in the game. I think he made 10. He made like 10 threes against Nigeria. I mean, it was the biggest deficit ever, the biggest win margin ever.
Right.
I got some flack for that. I got a couple death threats from that. That was interesting. Because playing against Nigeria.
Yeah, against Nigeria.
Deron Williams at one point was he was known as he had the edge on Chris Paul. Am I right?
Yeah, for sure. No, I give you that. But during that time, that's still not fucking with a Stockton. You think?
Now, my take.
You know my take as well, too. I'm just saying, 2 years after that, Stockton's going to battle with one of arguably the best team ever twice.
No, and he took them L's. And he took that L with Scotty Burrell, Judd Bushler, Steve Kerr on the court. You know what I say? If you see them two on the court at the same time? Yeah.
You right.
We getting rid of them.
You're right.
But I'm a Stockton fan. I am. But CP, I'm taking over Stockton. Okay. And Deron, when Deron is Deron, you see he was putting people on that hardwood.
No, you're right, bro. I want to argue with you.
And Russ was Russ. Russ was not. Russ was Russ.
No, Russ is Russ. Don't let me get that wrong. But what was 2012 Russ? All-star, of course, but that was still that's 3-year Russ. That's a baby Russ type. But I guess
they just went to the finals.
He was in the finals. Don't let me get that wrong.
He's putting up 40 in the finals. I just saw that. I just did the recap on it. Russ was Russ, because Russ was big for us off the bench. Like, he was just a spark.
Yeah. No, I think the top players, when you break down the top players, are more in prime than anything. Like,
yeah, I think that's what it is. We were more in our prime versus them. Like, it's because if we see Bird in his prime and Magic in his prime, I might have a different answer.
Yeah. No, but my only thing too is, do you equate dominance? So now at what level do you equate? Because at the end of the day, we still, with all that said, the Dream Team past their time or past whatever, they still won every game by an average of what, 40-something?
Yeah, and I agree with that.
All
right.
So that's all I'm saying. You got to
take that. Hold on to that. You're right. But we had the largest margin of victory in Olympic history when we beat Nigeria by 80-some points.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. No, I dig that, and that sound about right.
And Nigeria they weren't trash. They competed. They were solid.
I mean, 87 points, bro, on a 40-minute game. That's aggressive.
Bro, we had one of them games where everybody was in their prime. And I made the
87 points, dog, should never happen anywhere.
I made the shot to break the record for largest margin of victory in the game.
87 points, dog, is OD.
Now, Pippen was a problem.
Pippen was still a problem. So this is the only thing I'm going to say that might match up. The only one maniacal enough, and don't let me say this and get this crazy, and I give it, the only one crazy enough to go head to head with an MJ is Kobe will make me feel better neutral wise. You know what I mean? Like neutralizing MJ. And then maybe CP's tenacity, bruh. But like
CP got CP got that, I don't know, he got that winner's gene. He got that gene where he would find a way.
No, absolutely. Up until, April 28th. And then, like, you understand what I'm saying? But then what I'm just saying, we never hit the court with MJ, bro. Never.
Well, so I don't think any of us are in his vicinity. Like, like when people, there's nothing wrong with being second to MJ. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, and I hate when we try to compare people to MJ and then it's like, it's not even close. And it's like, we're not even saying that. It's just, that's just we really don't deserve to be on the court with him. That's just my take.
And that's what I'm saying. So sometimes we leave out, we'll do a number 1 or number 2 ranking, and we don't show how high up number 1 might be.
Oh, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I agree. You said a lot of great factors, but then I go back to Michael Jeffery Jordan, and I'm like, nobody has ever breathed the same air quote. Like, I don't care how competitive you are. I'm talking about how great he is.
I got one for you. I got an analogy for you. So I think you can probably Google this or find a YouTube video. It's an Instagram video that's been going on for a couple of years, and it's showing the gold, what every country holds in gold. And it starts like small, like one of your smaller GDP countries, and then it goes up a little by little by little, and it kind of goes in a circle up like a staircase, right? And it gives you a scale of how much gold like America and China has compared to everyone else.
It's OD.
It's OD. When you see the scale of it, it's like you see, what's the largest animal? An elephant, right? Like a mammoth.
Yeah.
And then like the next, like that's number 1. And maybe number 2 is close. But then you get to like number 3 and 4, it's like an ant. That's the scale of gold we had compared to everyone else. That's the difference I'm talking about.
Yeah. Can we
Michael Jordan is that.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying.
No, and that's what I'm saying too. Like when you break it down, like he's at that level. So I don't know how good a shape y'all would have been in. Because like, do you understand? I'm well aware of it. Because when you break it down, I say Kobe could be close enough. But Kobe's just a human version of Michael.
True. There it is.
Do you understand what I'm saying? A human version of Michael.
A human
version. Now imagine how wild that is.
Yep.
Now let me say this one last statement on this. So we said America and China had the 2 most medals. I want to go on a limb and say that America had all the black folks hop back on the boat back home. America would be up there with like Switzerland. Gold medals, and then like maybe Nigeria be giving out them 87-point beatings.
It's all facts.
You understand?
But I wasn't building the boats. I didn't come up with the plan.
No, I hear you, man.